Hi, guys. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast, episode 118, with me, Jason, and Jesper the Dane.
Wow. Hey, guys. How are you guys doing tonight?
Welcome to the show.
118 already? What is up? Time is going so... The summer is going so crazy fast.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
If you go to our podcast page, y'all can't see it, but the stat page, it says we have 154 episodes, but a lot of those are bonus episodes that we don't label. So actually total 154 episodes. But
Right.
But
Yep. And remember, you get access to all those bonus episodes if you sign up for Patreon.
yeah, and you also, when you sign up Patreon, you get an ad-free version of the show. No ads, just Jesper and I's sexiness with nothing interrupting it at any time.
And then, of course, then there's the merch.
The merch.
The
Yeah, I
merch.
think I owe somebody some merch soon, maybe next month.
Soon.
Anyways, go to thegigeconomyshow.com for everything gig economy podcast related. You can download the podcast. You can watch old videos. You can do whatever you want to do on that site. You should have it there. And then our picnic again is September 17th, 2022 from 2 to 4 p.m. in Grand Rapids, Michigan. If you are not from the area, we encourage you to come. If you are from the area, we encourage you to come. Bring a friend, and we're going to have some fun.
Yeah, lots of it.
Lots of it.
Lots of fun.
I think it's been confirmed there are going to be
Smoked meat.
Smoked meats. I need to find I don't have a good button. All I have is bad ones. Smoked meats.
There you go.
That's as good as I can get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my smoker out of the. I have a shed now. Do you know that?
That's incredible.
I have a shed. We moved into the house, and I saw that on the table there was a pair of keys, and it said shed. I was like, I have a shed. I didn't even know.
That's incredible. You bought the house, you didn't even know you had a shed.
I did not know I had a shed.
Real quick, hi Tom, hi Larry, hi Steve from Right to Rodeo, Dave, Larry. Just want to let you know, thinking about you, just to let everyone know.
Yep.
Mr. Larry got COVID from our podcasting conference. We snuggled all week, and I didn't get it this time. He got it, and that guy got it bad.
So what I want to know though is, since you got it last time, right, and he got it this time, is positioning a factor? Were you in front or in behind?
That is a very good.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, so that means I don't know. No, I was on the bottom the whole time. Larry says I need to get it over before the picnic, which is September 17th. Larry's coming from Bowling Green. What's your excuse?
I don't know. I'm gonna be there.
I'm talking to people that are listening. So, want to mention our Patreon members, of course, as always: Keith from Indiana, Larry from Bowling Green, Samson from Grand Rapids, Steve from Colorado, Chris from Grand Rapids, James from Fort Collins, Bud from North Carolina, Tom Kelly from Houston, and Mr. Omar from Detroit.
Yep.
Definitely love for you to join that. If you,
I was gonna say there's no limit there. We have room for many more Patreons.
Yeah, and you don't even have. You can do more than $10 too.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do $100 if you want. I mean, I'm not gonna turn it down. Yeah, I'd turn down 100. No, I wouldn't.
So I want to point out though too, and this is just something that's come to my mind. But if you happen to see me or Jason out in the wild, please honk at us or say hello or something like that. It's fun, with me being out more and with Jason gonna come out soon. Even though he keeps saying he's not gonna do passengers,
he's not
just gonna do deliveries. But how are we gonna be doing bar night, Saturday night?
I'm not just gonna
go home.
I'm too old for that shit. I want to be in bed at 9 o'clock.
But it's so much fun, and I must admit too. So I heard through the grapevine that Grand Rapids no longer have a bar scene. I don't agree with that. I was out last Saturday till 2:30. I was home.
Oh, you were out that late? I didn't know. I didn't follow up in the chat.
I actually did a full 12-hour drive.
Dude, that's crazy.
But I made good money, and there was lots of things going on, and literally every night, all night long, it was ride after ride after ride.
Yeah.
And I didn't have X on.
Yeah, that's huge.
So I mean, So I think that, maybe it's coming back, or it was the fact. I mean, obviously, a big deal is that all the college students are back. We know that.
Oh yeah, that is a
So
clincher.
actually, I got paid to drive to Allendale and drive back for Allendale and then drive back again to Allendale.
Really?
Yeah, I got paid for all 3 roads.
Oh man.
So that was pretty cool. But no, I mean, and 2 of them was a Comfort and 1 was XL. So again, it works.
Yeah, for sure. Real quick before we jump into the news, of course, the Telegram group that we were talking about, you can join that and talk about with other rideshare drivers around the country. And then, of course, Steve from Rideshare Rodeo was just on his show on Monday night. That guy puts out a ton of content, and it's great content. Go to uberliftdrivers.com and search the Rideshare Rodeo, or you can just search Rideshare Rodeo as well. He prefers you to go to the website, of course. So check that out. He's one of my good friends, and we'll be doing the radio show. I need to add that to the rundown.
Yes.
Starting on September 9th. Yeah, I think Jesper and I are both going to be on that episode, and then we're going to alternate from there. But that'll be fun with Steve and Tom from Tom Kelly from Houston.
Absolutely. We can't wait to get back on it. We kind of took the summer off, and now we need to get back on there.
Yeah. After my busy week this week, I was like, why did I agree to add another show again? But it'll be fine. Everything will settle out.
It's fast, right? That's the thing.
Summer goes by so fast.
I cannot believe it. So fast. Soon we have to take everything down and pack away the pool and shit.
Right.
So.
Why don't you talk about, if you want to talk a little bit more about your driving? I know you touched on a little bit.
I can, absolutely. So I set out to, actually, I was first just driving Friday night. My plan all along has been just drive one night every weekend, ever since I got back on the road. And really just, my goal has been, I want to make $100 and then back. That's been the goal.
Yeah.
Right? That's kind of, just getting back in the swing of things. And so I went out Friday night. I did 16 rides. And it was one of those things that was just ride after ride after ride after ride.
Yeah.
I was home in bed at 12:30.
Still too late.
Yes, still too late. But I had made almost $200, right? And it was 16 rides. So I was like, So I wake up in the morning, and here's that my quest came in, right? It's like, if you do 50 rides, you get blah 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 blah. I was like,
No, blah 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 blah.
I start doing my.
Give me the amount.
Well, so this quest here, I could do 50 rides when I did some 140.
Yeah.
Or I could do, and then there was an additional quest starting after that, which I didn't do. But then I could do 60 rides, and then I would have been, I think it was 160. Anyways, it wasn't that big of a deal. So I just did the 50 rides.
Yeah.
Which they make you accept it. So I just accepted it thinking I wasn't going to do it because it is what it is.
Yeah.
But then it came up Saturday morning. I was like, well, I really only need to do another 34 rides.
Oh, so that 16 applied to the
because that was Friday morning. It
Okay.
had Friday morning, right? So I was
All
like, okay, I had to do 34 rides. I was like, I wonder, how long it will take to do that. And so I actually went out at 2 p.m. Saturday thinking, okay, let me just see how long it's going to take, and I'll just keep going until I either, have close enough or I'll be done.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, I drove 12 hours straight. I took one break. And I did 32 rides. So I needed 2 more rides, right?
You did 32 rides in that 12 hour?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Were you focused on trying to stay downtown?
Oh, absolutely.
Just to bang them out?
Yeah, absolutely. I stayed away from the Metro cruise because let's not get caught up in the Metro cruise, right? And then I actually there was an additional, after 7 o'clock, they added an additional $3 per ride. All the way from 7 p.m. to 3 a.m.
Okay.
So there was an additional 3 per ride. So at that point, once it hit 7 o'clock, I actually turned on my X's because, well, I might as well just take it all. Right?
Yeah, especially with the extra $3.
I know. And so that was a huge deal. And so all of a sudden, they just, hit 7 o'clock and I got tons of rides. I was just bang them out.
Very cool.
And so, I think it was 1:45, I actually got my second ride out to Allendale, and I think, okay, I'm trying to go home. And at that point, I just only needed 2 more rides.
Okay.
And the cool thing is, and this is something that, so Grand Rapids, you can learn this. I learned this, Saturday, obviously. It says on the quest that the rides has to start in Grand Rapids. But apparently they mean Grand Rapids and suburbs because Allendale counted.
What?
Yep. I had.
Don't they usually drive or draw a box around it?
Yeah, but that's not for the big quest. That's just for the little quest.
Okay,
They had
gotcha.
The other one just says they have to be in Grand Rapids.
Okay.
Right. But so I ended up when I dropped my last person off in Allendale, I quickly got 2 follow-up rides because you always do that in Allendale. Like these little ones, the people who just need like to go down the street or whatever.
Yeah.
And they counted towards it well. So that was super cool. And so I got up Sunday morning, took 2 rides quickly, and I was done.
Ah, I can't believe you only had 2 more rides. You couldn't pull it off, huh?
No, but it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So now one story I want to share that I shared with you a little bit earlier because it was a kind of a fun thing. And one of the things that I missed a lot was just the interaction with the people, right? So obviously 34 rides, tons of people, but this one was fun because I was downtown. I think it's either Ionia or Ottawa. I forget.
I think it's Ionia.
Anyways, it's a one-way street and it heads into Fulton. It was probably 11 o'clock, something like that. It's it's dark. And here is a car coming right smack in front of me. I mean, going towards me, opposite direction on a one-way road, and I just stood on my horn. And I had a bachelor party in the back of my car, and they all just started cheering like crazy for me, like woo, whoa, yeah. And they just went crazy. It was so much fun.
That is so fun. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I know you love that energy, and a lot of people do. It
is that energy in the car. It's just invigorating. I like it. That's the reason I drive.
Yeah, very cool. So, I keep hearing yeah. What was that?
It's not me.
Yeah, it is.
It me?
Yes. No, it's the cord. You're hitting the cord is hitting the stand.
Oh, sorry.
You're gonna figure it out, or are you just tapping it?
I'm holding it now.
Don't hold it.
What? The wire.
This is what I don't understand about you. You freaking like every episode. There's something different. Like the microphone's up your butt, or it's in your armpit, or I hear things. Like I hear that stuff, and I don't want to edit it out.
Well, then don't edit it out.
No, I don't like. I like to put up good product.
I know, me too. I will do my best I can to stop it.
Well, I'll cut all this out anyways. You just get on the live stream. So.
Oh, fine.
I cut a lot of it out. Like they don't need to hear us fighting. Only the live stream people get that. Gig economy in the news. First off, I want to show this awesome picture. I know we're excited for this guy to come to the mainstream TV. Tony, how do you pronounce his last name?
I don't know.
Tony Yu? I mean, is the X silent? I don't know. DoorDash, it's a big day for us at DoorDash. We are celebrating that. Recently, our CEO and co-founder, Tony, was selected to be a guest shark on next season of Shark Tank. We're excited to see what happens when Shark Tank entrepreneurs pitch in front of Tony and series regulars. So, no one cares.
Tony Sue.
Tony Sue.
That's what Muhammad is saying. So, yeah,
okay.
Thank you, Muhammad.
So the funny thing is, okay, so I gotta hold on. Best. So the comments. What are you doing?
I was doing waiting music.
I'm gonna throw this mouse at you. First comment: I see your acceptance rate is below 70%, so I'm out. you know that show, like blah blah blah. I'm out.
I'm out.
The next one: you're not willing to lose money or sacrifice your car so I can profit. I'm out.
I'm out.
So, anyways, I thought those two comments were good, but I don't know. I mean, it's weird to have him on there, and I wonder if he's actually going to be investing his own money because I know the regulars.
But that's what they're doing. Yeah. They have to. So, I watched an interview with I forget his name. Of course, I always do. He's the tech guy. One of them he specializes in new kind of tech startups and that kind of stuff. And he says it really hasn't been very profitable for him at all.
The Shark Tank.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
like, you hit that once in a while, but like 9 out of 10 of them they lose money on.
So, oh wow! So one of them that I actually buy their product. It's a Mission Belt. Basically, it's a belt that's adjustable, and there's so many more out of them now. I don't know if Mission was, but they were a Shark Tanker, and I think Mr. Wonderful. I actually see him in the ads.
Yeah,
I think they're doing great. I don't know how profitable it is for him, but
well, he's the one. He will do everything to do a licensing deal.
Yeah, and he's the stingy one for sure. I wonder if they get paid a base though, like just an appearance fee plus, or do you don't think they're doing it for free?
Well, I don't know. I
Oh,
have no idea, but it's not really free. It's being presented the opportunities to invest, right? I saw somebody else. It wasn't at all about this show here, but the people who are on that side of being that wealthy,
yeah.
they need opportunities to invest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because what else are they going to do with that money? That's how they grow their fortunes. It's
Right.
to invest more, finding more, and they're okay with losing on 9 out of 10, as long as the 10th makes mega, buku.
That's
bucks.
a good point. I want to have that much money that I can lose 9 out of 10, and it's still okay. But
Yeah.
the 10th one makes
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
It's just ridiculous. But yeah, they need that. They need to do that. So, like, for instance, if you find opportunities to invest in a, I don't know, housing project or whatever, don't be scared to go out and pitch it to some kind of mega rich guy, because he needs that pitch.
And they do like doing it too, because that's what gets them up in the morning, is growing a business and be like, man, this was a hit. So I really love that show. Sometimes the people the valuations they put on their company too, like I don't really know math very well, but when they put the percentage that they're offering, and they're like, I'm like, wait, they're saying that thing's worth like $10 million. I'm like,
so wait, so the company you don't even have a concept on yet?
No, they have a concept.
Well,
the funny part is when they're like, how are your sales? Well, we haven't sold any yet. Okay, this is going to have to be an incredible pitch.
And you think you're $12 million worth?
Yeah, I'd like $12 million. I'll give you 3%. Okay. They put those on purpose just for the show, but
of course, and they choose the ones that are interesting like that, because they also know that there's marketing value in it, of course. So
you're up next.
I'm up next. I don't know what am I up next on. See, I just say, all right,
I'll just put it up.
No, yeah, you can put it up then.
It's been up for about 5 seconds.
But I can't look at both things at the same time. So would you please open your garage door?
Premise what it is first. Remember, audio listeners, they need to know what it is. You can't just ramble on it.
So it's a photo.
Yes.
Of two animals having sexy time. It's two frogs. And apparently Jason thought it was like super, super funny. It was fun.
don't know.
So, but this guy says, and it's obviously somebody texting somebody else. He goes, do you want to open your garage? We have two frogs having sexy time.
No, he's delivering an order.
I know. It's a
DoorDash. So basically, I just thought it was hilarious. There's like 100 comments on like, what are the chances that there's two frogs banging on the front door? Banging on the front door.
Bum, bum.
Yeah, so I thought that was funny.
Sorry, I'll promise to keep it chug along now.
Yeah, follow along. I sprung it on you, but you should always have your never mind. I'm just gonna shut up. Rideshare Lisa, thanks for joining. I appreciate you coming along. All right, so this is like kind of just this is so stupid. I don't know why I brought it up, but I think it's funny. So in Grand Rapids is an article here. I gotta mute this site because spammy. News 13 is super spammy. Lime hosts first ride academy in Grand Rapids and gave out free helmets. The event was an opportunity for members of the company to teach people how to ride the scooters both safely and responsibly. Who even came to that, for one? Like,
well, they all should have, because I think last weekend I saw 2 people down.
Like you saw them go down, or they were just laying in front of the scooter?
Well, they're laying there, and then there's ambulances and police and stuff. So
yeah,
I know at least one of them were hit by a car. It's like, come on.
I kind of feel like, I guess this is good marketing for them, but I guess a year ago, a woman died in Grand Rapids from one of those scooters. She was drunk and she smacked her head. But yeah. I just thought it was funny that like Lime's only doing that to well,
it's a marketing.
It's a marketing thing.
Of
course.
Yeah. I'm seeing more bikes now than just the scooters.
Yeah, I do too.
And I think they have 2 or 3 different bike models.
Yeah, they've upgraded the Lime scooter models too.
I think in Toonwood they have killed the other company and taken the other company away.
Yeah,
Lime I think is moving more like vehicles, if you will, into the market.
I was looking at the Reddit post about the Lime scooters and the spin scooters that are all done. people were having the same problem with them. They as riders, the GPS issue was the same for Spin.
Oh, okay.
Not picking him up, but because they were done by a W-2. But I thought that was funny.
Yeah. No, that was. But and again, Jason is talking about when he tried very briefly to be a juicer, and his biggest problem was he couldn't figure out how to. They wouldn't accept the drop off, so he had the Lime scooter back home. He charged it,
Yeah,
and he wouldn't accept the drop off, which is obviously a big, huge fail.
what's weird to me is it was maybe because it's a geofence, because picking him up wasn't a problem.
No,
like it didn't matter where it was. Like that GPS was right on the money, but they do the geofence thing, and when you're downtown with those big tall buildings, that's the biggest issue. Although, granted, there was one by the river, right over the bridge by the Van Andel DeVos place,
right?
And there's no big build. I mean, there's big buildings, but not right next to it, and I still couldn't get it to work. So,
do you think maybe it was use error?
You using that joke I used on you earlier? How dare you? Let's talk about Spark Delivery, which is I'm super excited about.
It's interesting that you asked me to talk about Spark Delivery when I'm not a Spark driver, but that's okay. I can talk about it. So basically, we actually have somewhat of a relationship with DDI. Obviously, he's been on our show a couple of times.
Yeah,
and Jason obviously has been driving for Spark for how long? About at least a year, I think. Right?
Yeah, did I only do it 1 year? No, I've done it 2. I did it 1 year, and then I remember because they deactivated me in the summer, and then because you have to every 14 weeks you have to take an order. But yeah.
So we always talk about having many buckets. So this was just Jason adding another bucket to it. I'm sure he's gonna activate it again. When he gets back out and riding. But anyways, the good big news is that Walmart is buying Spark Delivery Network. They're buying DDI. The team, so Walmart is acquiring Delivery Drivers Inc., which is DDI. The team behind is the Spark Driver platform, and basically they're doing that to bring it all in house.
Yeah.
They kind of talked to a bunch of different people, and a lot of the drivers was kind of, I guess there was some confusion about who are they driving for, whatever it was. But anyway, so Walmart went out and said, we want to kill that. So we want to bring it all in house, be one company. All the drivers from DDI is going to be offered to come work for Walmart. Obviously,
well, you don't work for Walmart.
Well, you will be. They'll be working. I mean, Walmart is going to be the owner,
I guess. Yeah, I guess you're right.
So, anyways, Walmart is saying here that we're always looking for ways to build a better experience, and we heard from drivers that working through 2 companies for support was not ideal. Bringing driver support in-house will provide a simplified experience, and we look forward to driver feedback. And so basically that this was a couple of weeks ago now that they were all kind of been into told people about that. The cool thing is that obviously DDI was founded in 1996 by Aaron Hageman, and he did that without raising any venture capital, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
that is pretty cool.
Here's my weird question. So Walmart's buying them. So they weren't just Walmart was their biggest customer.
Yeah,
but they also provided, like, for small businesses, like we talked about on the interview, they provided, tax help and like human resource help and that kind of stuff. So that's just going to get wiped away, right? Because
unless Walmart is getting ready to enter that market as well,
maybe,
and kind of do more. Because here's the thing: we've talked about this for a long time. Gig is interrupting the workforce.
It is,
right?
Yeah,
and so I'm assuming that the people working for Walmart, there's changing there coming as well.
Yeah, my guess is they don't. They just wanted the date. They wanted to do everything in house.
Who knows?
What's interesting is Walmart bought. You remember Joyrun?
Mm-hmm.
They bought Volt Systems, which oh no, I guess I'm sorry. They bought Volt Systems, a peer-to-peer delivery app, last mile, and Joyrun in 2020, and so on. But did they crush Joyrun? That was a weird one. Remember that one?
I did.
Jamie and I were both at that startup meeting for that, and I
was there.
Were you there too?
Yeah, I had pizza. We sat. Yeah,
absolutely. I didn't remember that if you were there too, but that was kind of a flop, wasn't it?
It kind of was. Yes.
I don't even know if they're still in business anymore. Basically, the gist of Joyrun was you could take people would meet you. Like you could take multiple orders. Like think about going to a college campus and then you're like right in the middle of the parking lot and everyone comes down to you to pick it up. So it's more like multiple orders at restaurants.
You drive 2 or 3 restaurants, pick up all the food. You drive one place, drop it all off.
Yeah.
But it didn't work.
I don't think it worked for here because I think we're too spread out.
When it was too far to the college.
Well, yeah, and there wasn't a ton of restaurants. I mean, there's more out there now, but yeah, I think they're still around, but maybe not.
I don't know if they're in Grand Rapids still, but yeah, people, if you guys know about it, you can let us know.
Well, we don't care. You can let us know, but we still don't care.
We don't care.
But I'm happy for Aaron. I mean, that's pretty cool that he sold his business. I mean, let's face it, all these small businesses in the gig economy, they're going to take a buyout. And I would too. I don't blame them. Like if Uber's like, hey, we want to buy you out, as long as the price is right.
Well, of course.
You know what I mean? How would you not say no? Like it's your family. Like your family all of a sudden is just now taken care of. And
so what would be your price?
Oh man, like to buy what? The podcast out?
No, buy you out. I mean, whatever it was.
I mean, yeah, take away not knowing the valuation of my company. What would be my price? $5 million. I'd sell out for $5 million.
Yeah. You remember the story back in the days about the coupon company? He did this. He didn't just do coupons, but the big thing back probably 5 years ago.
Was that Savings Angel?
No. Oh. This was the same time about that though. The whole thing about you can get on you could get like pizza coupons, all these kind of different coupon. I forget the name of the company. Anyways, Google went knocking on their door and offered them like $6 billion, and he turned it down because he thought it was worth more.
Oh, I remember you talking about this, but I don't think it was a coupon company.
Well, it was kind of like there was one of those where you can get your code on their website. You would buy the product from him, and you could take the code to the restaurant, whatever it was.
Okay. Get it cheaper. Either way.
But yeah, the thing is, he should have so taken it because now it's like worth nothing, right?
Groupon.
Yeah, Groupon, exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's right.
Google offered him like $6 billion, and he said no because he thought it was worth more.
That's incredible. I might go less than $6 billion. Yeah, I might go less than $5 million. I mean.
It depends.
Right? Well, I look at like you want to invest a couple mil so you can live off the interest, and you know what I mean. So I think $5 million after taxes would be a fair amount.
What he should have realized was that it's just a fad and it's gonna go away.
Yeah,
the next new will come. Sell it now while it's on high.
I mean, I still use Groupon only for like if I don't go to Irvine's and I just need a quick oil change, I don't need any repairs, I go to Groupon. That's the only time I ever go there though.
See, it's too difficult for me. I don't want to do it.
Really?
Deal with it. Yeah.
It's not that difficult, Jasper.
No, it's not. I just don't want to deal with it.
You just go pay full price?
I do.
Okay, well. When synthetic oil changes are $95 at Valvoline, I can get them for $60.
I go to Pennzoil.
Yeah.
And I get synthetic for $65. So.
Oh, well, that's not too bad then.
No, it's fine.
All right, moving forward. Oh gosh, this is hilarious. I just had to share this. Let's see. So, I mean, it looks legit. Again, you guys are always so skeptical of me, but there's instructions and it's always DoorDash. Like DoorDash like rules the world for this shit, but instructions. Now it has emojis in there too, by the way. Leave at my door. Please don't knock. I am stoned and have crazy dogs. The dogs will try to eat you through the window. I will scream because I'm high and don't know what's going on, even though I do. I just ordered food. Duh. It will scare the shit out of you and maybe scare shit out of me and maybe you too. I apologize for my poorly behaved animals. 100% my fault. I know. If you could just set the food on the white bench by my window, that would be amazing. I will creep out when I know I won't bump into a neighbor and have to explain my red eyeballs or obscene amount of junk food. Seriously, thank you for running my food to me. Thanks. So
I think it's awesome.
Two things. One, he didn't write this when he was high because this is well written. So he clearly has this in his instructions all the time. But
right.
I thought that was incredible. I love reading those. It's super funny.
Well, and it's just when they make a little bit more out of it, that's worth it.
Yeah, for sure.
I like it.
For sure. Larry. Yeah. Oh my gosh. He said we should have put this in the notes when we got our crumble cookies. So
what's about the crumble cookies?
Well, we ended up going to get in Texas barbecue, and it's a long story, but I ended up going to Texas barbecue, and then we ended up ordering crumble cookies, and I was so freaking full, and we just like sat on the couch and watched a comedy special eating crumble cookies. I actually had Uber Eats deliver 2 monsters to me too. So after tip, it was $10 for 2 monsters. So it was like they're normally like $2.50 a piece.
Oh my gosh.
And the crumble cookies for, I think it was it for 6? No, it was for 4. And they're good. Was like $23 with tip.
What the hell?
Dude,
doing?
Everyone bitches about no one tips on those platforms. It's expensive.
No, you have to tip. I'm good with that, but
dude, we didn't have a car.
$23
for 4 cookies. It was so good.
They better be good.
It was good. They were good. God, it was so much fun. I felt like I was in a diabetic coma after that. So
that's so horrible.
Oh, it was so good. Yeah, real quick before we jump ahead, it was incredibly hard to get Ubers and Lyfts in Dallas. I mean,
you kept talking about how it was just a shit show.
It was so hard. Like the first couple nights at the airport, I had waited 20 minutes. Finally, I ordered an Uber Black for $35, which is still pretty cheap for an Uber Black. But it was really hard to find rides. And sometimes, like, if you wanted to go the cheapest, if you didn't start early enough, they weren't going to come.
Right.
And so, yeah, it was super frustrating. But
and so they didn't want to come.
Well, I mean, I just think they didn't have any drivers. Like we talk about,
so they were missing drivers.
They were missing drivers. They're like, oh, hang on while we find a driver. And we had a couple sketch ones that only had like 150 rides, but we did ride with somebody that had 15,000 rides.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you ever bring up all the show and shit?
A little bit. Not unfortunately. That was a bad thing to say. A lot of them didn't speak English.
Okay.
English wasn't their first language, so I didn't really want to explain it, but we brought it up a couple times, and so yeah, I don't know if anyone listened. Cool. What I should have done is grabbed each of their phones and said, "Here, do you listen to pod?" A couple of them said they didn't even listen to podcasts. I'm like, crazy.
Why wasn't the podcast before you and I started doing this?
Well, remember, but that was back in 2017. It was still relatively new. Now podcasting is like exploded.
Everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
So for people who don't know, and uninvited, Larry from Bowling Green and Jason went to the big podcasting convention in Houston, Texas.
Nope,
not Houston. Where was
Dallas?
It? Dallas, Texas.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Yes, I knew that too. And I think they learned a ton of good stuff that we're gonna be using at this show, right, Jason?
I'm sure everything I learned there, I'll implement, and you'll never even notice the difference. Yeah, Larry says the one guy didn't even know what a podcast was. I'm like, what are you living under a rock?
Sometimes they do, man.
Man, the last ride to the airport, we almost died. She got honked at twice. On a 15-minute ride. So that tells you she's caught in and out of traffic. Like, you ever see people that caught in and out of traffic just to get ahead of one car? I'm like,
I hate it.
Just stay in the lane.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. And it wasn't even that busy of traffic. So,
no.
We were also harmed by the appearance of Ben Shapiro. I don't know if you read that article, but I'm not going to talk about it on this show because it's too long of a story. But look it up. Look up Podcast Movement on Twitter. You'll find it. And it's pretty hilarious. Guys, sponsor Upside. We want you to use it. The link is in the description. Everyone uses gas, and gas has come down a little bit, but I still did see $3.76 today.
Right.
So Upside is basically gets you cents off your gasoline. And if you sign up, if you're a new user, of course, this is only for new user. If you sign up, you get 25 cents off your
per gallon
on your first fill up. But if you use the promo code Gig Economy 25, you get another 25 cents off. So your first fill up. So go there when you're on E and fumes, you get 50 cents off a gallon. So check it out.
It's easy. I mean,
it's easy.
You go there, you pull up the app, it kind of tells you all the gas stations in around right now in Grand Rapids, all the BP's on. I know most of the Citco's on.
Yep.
Marathons on.
Yeah, the big companies. Well, I get those are big companies, but like Shell and Speedway aren't on any of that.
No. I've noticed that too. That it's almost like Citco kind of runs out because at the beginning of the month they're on, and then like over in the middle of the month, then they're no longer on.
Well, I think it varies on what the current price
Sure.
of gas is.
That makes sense.
I mean, there's times I've gotten it for 18 cents off a gallon, and there's times I got it for 3. But what's cool about it is like a lot of those marathons, if you just if you sign up for the rewards program, you can get 5 cents off no matter what every time you put your code in, and then you get money off with Get Upside.
In addition to the Get Upside.
Yeah. And then you can cash out for gift cards, or you can cash it right out to your bank. Currently, I know $30 in there.
See, I have 17 on mine.
Okay.
But what I was going to say, I think it's so super easy. You claim the offer.
Yep.
You go in, you pay, you get your gas, and then you just have to upload a picture of your receipt. And literally within minutes, I will have an accepted one, and then you just got to wait 3 days for them to give you the money.
Yeah.
So,
Mohammed, easy. There aren't any promo codes available. The code is Gig Economy 25. Now, this is only for new users though. So if you had
your first tank, it's not going to work.
No, it's not going to work.
So, but you can still click on the link. That gives us a little bit of
yeah, click on the link. But yeah, and you can also use it inside a lot of the stores too.
Yep.
So, I mean, check it out. You might as well save money if you can. And some of them, you don't even have to take a picture of the receipt. You just check in.
I noticed
and you use the card that you have on file, and they can verify it, which is even better. You don't have to take a picture.
Yep. And I also noticed that there's several restaurants they have deals on too.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Again, it's a few. It doesn't seem like a lot of money, but it runs up. And when it's just a few steps, it's not that big of a deal.
Right. All right, moving on. iPad asshole.
I saw this TikTok, and it was just very interesting. I didn't actually know the story, but oh my gosh, what an asshole.
Yeah. So
play the video.
Okay.
Told you you're the biggest fucking piece of shit douchebag on the planet. I ought to beat your fucking ass, you piece of shit. You're a motherfucker. You ever fucking leave my shit again, I'll fucking beat your fucking ass.
I don't understand it, because obviously he's a dick, right? He's a bad guy. But he ends by saying, if you ever leave my shit again.
It's like it's the driver's fault.
I'm like, didn't you leave your shit?
Like, I mean, yes. Do I do a scan? And you probably do. You probably look back. It's not like you search through your whole car.
No.
And if you don't see anything, you drive off. So he's lucky. I'd have thrown that thing. And then clearly the driver reported him drunk, so he probably got deactivated for 3 days.
I know, right? So I would have pitched it out the window. One of the commenters says, "Yeah, I would have pitched that thing out the window and then left."
Oh my gosh! Yeah, you notice he didn't start talking shit until he got the iPad in his hand.
Yep.
Because if I would have held it and he started talking, I would have like, "Excuse me, do you want to rephrase that?
Open your other window and then throw it out in front of your wheel and start backing up."
I'm curious. I always say I'm going to reach out to these drivers. I never do. But I'm curious if there was any interaction texting, like the guy was a dick.
I mean, that's the thing. Why? There's just never a reason to be that way. I don't understand it. It's just
clearly the guy just thought that he took off on him and was trying to steal his iPad. It's like,
don't leave your iPad in the car.
Yeah,
you're stupid. And I think it just brings up a point. It's like, why? There's just never a reason to be rude like that.
I mean, sometimes there is.
I disagree.
Yeah?
I disagree.
Interesting.
I mean, I get like that, right? I get like that too. I lose my shit and that's all I do. But there's just rarely a reason to it.
Well, sometimes, that's true. There's usually never any reason behind it. It just happens sometimes.
I mean, Larry, right? I don't think I've ever known Larry to raise his voice. Never.
No.
Right?
No.
And he doesn't lose his shit. He's just there. He's awesome all the time.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. You didn't spend a week with him. He used the F word a lot. No,
what?
So moving forward, just a real quick, there was an Uber driver killed in Dallas that morning that we were flying in.
Ugh.
So those floods were super, super bad. And she was on her way home. She had dropped the last person off. Fortunately, she called her husband, and then the water was up to her ankles, then her knees, and it felt like someone was pushing the car. The line went dead. She actually like fell over the overpass and then into a ravine below. So it's just kind of sad. There is a GoFundMe. Did I have?
Yep, there's a link to it.
Yeah, I will.
If we not post it, and then we'll definitely post it when we post the show.
Yeah, I mean, if you feel inclined, I posted it in the chat. You can click on it, but yeah, it's pretty sad. So just be careful out there, guys. It's not just passengers that are danger. You know, you got to have your head on a swivel all the time.
All the time. I remember when you were like talking about as you were flying in, there was delays and stuff, and the weather was just crazy. I didn't realize somebody actually passed away.
Yeah, I'm surprised that was the only one. There may have been more, but I couldn't see any more. But yeah, they got like 14 inches in like 4 hours or something, and that was a 1 in 1,000 year flood. They had not had. I talked to some locals there. They had not had rain for 70 days, and then that happened.
Yeah.
Like, the weird part of it is they must have an incredible drainage system, because when we landed, there were no puddles.
Wow.
I know. Like, if that happened in Grand Rapids, I don't know if it's because they have gravel there and sand and everything just goes down real quick, but not even in the airport or anything. I walked out and everything was dry. But if that happened in Grand Rapids, 15 inches in 4 hours, we wouldn't go to work for a week. We wouldn't be able to drive down the road with all the rivers we have and stuff like that. But
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit higher than Grand Rapids is too.
Could be. I don't know. I was shocked that the rain was all gone. Jesper, 5 unique side hustles you probably don't know about.
So I don't even know why I posted this story, to be honest, but it's okay. We always talk about buckets, right? We always talk about buckets that you should have. And so this is some just 5 additional things that you could do if you're only driving Uber today and you're trying to do it full time. What other things could you be doing that's gonna help to your revenue income, your income buckets, right?
Yeah.
One of these here is you can get paid to test websites.
So you as a programmer, I know you probably have some knowledge on this. Is there something like that out there where you're basically looking for bugs, right?
Yes. And so we use tools to do it.
That run in the background.
Yes. And we use tools so we basically have tools to test it on every known browser on every known system.
Okay.
So it'll tell us. But again, if you have a site with hundreds and hundreds of pages,
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, and the client want to make sure that every single page is right on every single device out there, then there can be benefit to having that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you're a small company, let's say you are like a one-man shop, I can see that it'd be beneficial to have a system such as this, or if you are like NASA or one of the big players, right, that has so much money, it doesn't even matter. It's also good to kind of go out and test new features before they kind of launch them. So I can see that, right?
Yeah, Larry said testing for usability too, which makes sense, like a user interface, because a lot of you programming nerds,
most of the testing it's called responsive testing. So you want to make sure that it looks good on all your devices.
Yeah, but also user interface, because you programmers are nerds, and then you're like,
sure.
And then you get in there, I'm like, this is ugly, and they're like, ugly? What do you care about? It's ugly. Like, I love
UI design.
Yeah, I love the Lyft app because it's pink. It's pleasant to be in. Even though sometimes I hate Lyft, and like Uber's is black, and it's just not as pleasant.
See, I haven't seen the Lyft app in over 3 years.
All right, number 2.
So I should finish this say here. Basically, you for the test of the website, you can expect around $10 for about 15 minutes of your time. The problem again here is probably like with everything else is, can you get 4 or 5 or 6 of these tasks in a row to make it worth your time, or can you only get one of them? But we'll see.
Right.
Help others with their laundry. Now we're talking with we had an app on here called Launder for a couple of times. Launder, I think, is gone now. I think we don't know. Anyways,
it's still out there, but I'm a washer and never got one wash yet. So
right. So basically, help with the laundry. There's several gig companies out there that will do that. If you want to do that, if you have access to either a big of your own washing machine or access to some other ones, that's a good way you can make, in this here, they say $7 to $10 per load. So,
which was way under what Launder was
Oh yeah,
paying the drivers.
Yep,
But
yep.
number
So
3.
number 3 is one I had never actually heard
Me
of
either.
before, and we'll have to see. I mean, I don't know the service, but basically, you can review legal cases online. You may be able to get paid to review legal cases from home before going to trial. Lawyers look for ways to strengthen their case. You can provide feedback and get paid as an online juror. And basically, they're saying from anywhere from 20 to 60 minutes. You can get from $20 to $60 per case. So, roughly $1 a minute of your time. So that's not too bad. And the last one that I actually, number 4 that I did hear and I know that they are active in Grand Rapids. I forget the name of it, but basically you can let strangers use your pool for a price. So basically, if you have an in-ground pool, or any pool, I guess, and it's not being used on a certain day, you can post that day or that afternoon on the app and say somebody else can come out and use your pool for the afternoon. And you can say, yeah, I want to charge, 10, 20, whatever that is for that. If your pool is in a big city and you have an inviting outdoor space, it may be an attractive option for renters. And there's no set rate. You get to control what you charge.
Yeah, don't tell your homeowner's insurance that you're doing that. They're probably going to say no.
I was say that's not a good idea.
I mean, pools have got to be like pools and trampolines are like the worst.
Yep. Number 5, we've talked about these kind of apps a number of different times. This here to say Assemble Furniture. They're talking about the app TaskRabbit. But there's a number of apps out there as well. Handy is one. TaskRabbit. What was the one we talked about?
BidUp or BidBud.
Yeah,
we just talked to them.
BidBud. So basically, the number of different apps out there where you can kind of you go in, and you can get paid. Sorry, to do individual little tasks. There's a new player in the Michigan market called Labor. And you don't really get paid for a task, but you can post yourself as a laborer, and then you'll get hired on an hourly basis by them.
Well, you don't post yourself; you pick the jobs.
Well, sorry, yes.
Yeah, you don't post and they call you. You're like, I want that.
It's
job.
not a task.
No,
it's an hourly job.
Yeah,
for a certain amount of time.
Yeah,
so it's a little bit different, but it's still gig work. In this case here, they say then generally you can get somewhere between $20 and $50 an hour based on how long it takes you to do a task.
Yeah, the assembling furniture, I hate putting that shit together. Like when you buy it, like a desk.
Stuff.
Yeah, that's such a pain in the ass. And honestly, it seems simple, but if you're an elderly person that has arthritis in your hands, you're not putting that shit together.
Well, and the thing is, don't try and do it with the tools you get with the furniture, because that's a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
I mean, you gotta. I throw them away and I use my own power tools. It goes so much faster.
It does, but you should try using the tools they give if you have an alternative.
Once in a while, but it's not that much easier. So that's it. The last one I don't want to mention because that's actually just a credit card offer for the app. But basically, again, it's just a way for you guys to. The important thing here is if you're out doing this full time. And right now you have one, maybe 2 buckets. That bucket can be taken away very fast.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you are lost all your income streams. So make sure you do your due diligence and add 2 or 3 more buckets.
And obviously, like Uber and DoorDash, and that's going to be your main money. But I mean, why not have something that you're like, I got an hour to kill. Or my kids are sleeping, like maybe $20-$30. I did check out the legal one. I saved the link. It's onlineverdict.com. It is legit. I don't know if the money code is legit, but it definitely is a site, and you can sign up to do that. So.
Onlineverdict.com. Let us know if you tried. Let us know how it goes. If you have any kind of design skills, there's tons of freelance jobs out there as well.
Yeah, like Fiverr,
freelancer, Fiverr, Upwork. There's lots of ways of doing that.
All right, we gotta get through some of these. We're already at 51 minutes, so I'm cutting you off. DoorDash is ending its delivery partnership with Walmart. Hallelujah. Thank you so much.
You think that's because they bought DDI?
I think that's part of it. Or it's because they're gonna. Well, it's funny. I think they bought DDI because remember we talked about a month ago, or maybe it was more than a month ago. They're trying to get their own drivers. They're going to have. Remember, they're going to go in your house and put your groceries away. So this all could be just one big ploy to just get everyone away from Walmart, and they're like, we're going to do our own thing. We've got all this data and everything. So DoorDash is ending its partnership with Walmart after more than 4 years of delivering the retail giant's product to customers. It says sources familiar with the matter told Insider that DoorDash decided to end its partnership. DoorDash decided to end its partnership with Walmart because it's no longer mutually beneficial, because the delivery company wanted to focus on its long-term customer relationships. But I call bullshit on that. Walmart's like, we're out of here. But it's interesting. They don't get paid as much as Spark. And I don't know if there's so many hands in the kitty, and so they're not going to get paid as much. But I don't know. So I'm excited about that. We've always had Spark around here, and not always. It's been around for a couple of years. And I don't think DoorDash works with Walmart in this area. It's area by area.
Right.
So Mohammed said Curial. Haven't tried it yet. I've heard somebody. It's not curry. It's Curial.
Right.
I don't know what that is. I've never heard of it.
Curry is definitely another one here in local.
Don't talk about curry.
There's no more.
I like curry. Yeah, curry is starting to pick up around Grand Rapids, but it's starting to pick up everywhere.
But they don't have any. They're not signing up any drivers right now.
They're not. Full. Tom will randomly. Tom Liston from Chicago will randomly send me like, I got this curry. I'm not taking this one. It was like today. He sent me one literally today. I think it was this morning. It was like 245 miles for $343. I know. I don't think those long ones are worth it. And I don't know if I should ask him if it actually, it surges like anything, if it went up. But we've been getting some local ones for 4 miles for $20. And I'm like, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
but they're not so often. And chances of you being by there to make it worth not driving 30 minutes is slim to none.
Right.
So,
but do you have a few hours to do it, or does it have to be immediately?
Typically, it's immediate, but you can they're flexible. Basically, what you do is you grab it, and if you get assigned to it, you call the place and say, just confirming, because I've gotten burned once where I went to Sherwin-Williams and they sent it with somebody else, and I still got $10 for showing up. But you click it, you call the real, let's say Sherwin-Williams. Hey, my name is Jason. I'm picking up order, blah, blah, blah. It's still available? You ready for me? Yep. Okay. And then if you have a run to make, like a food run, or you had a food order, go take it. Right. It's fine. They say it's immediate, but they could still
fairly immediate.
Yeah, within the half hour. I mean, I'm sure they can take you off it, but I haven't had a problem. So I want to quick talk about Patreon, then a couple quick articles. We'd love for you to support us on Patreon. Go to patreon.com, search Gig Econ Podcast, or just search the Gig Economy Podcast. Extra podcasts a month, usually an interview with an up-and-coming business. And then on your third month, you do get an exclusive piece of merch from us. And then also now at the $10 tier, you are getting a ad-free version of the show, because we have added some ads to the show that are just other podcasts. Helps us make a little extra money, because currently we don't have a super sponsor, and we are looking for that as well. But in the meantime, if you love the show, you love the free show, you want to support us on Patreon, go to patreon.com and search the Gig Economy Podcast.
Absolutely. And please support us.
Let's see.
Next one is the Wendy article.
Yeah, I love this.
So I do too. I did think it was interesting to what they were talking about. So in a little town called New Albany, Ohio, population of 11,000 people, they're testing this new concept of Wendy. But it is cool. Basically, the focus is a lot more gig based.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, they're talking about a couple of gig specific things. Specifically, gig workers will get their own pickup window.
Yeah.
Gig workers will get their own spot in the parking lot.
I know. I'm so excited about it.
You don't have to get out of your car anymore to get inside. You pick it up, anything like that. It's all that. They are completely changing the layout of the kitchen to make it much more efficient. They're saying that it's going to be the entire length of the restaurant, so it'll be more efficient for how they work it. But the idea is that it's going to be much more focused on not so much eating in the restaurant, but just as much taken out.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the other thing too that I read that was interesting is they just recently changed the recipe of their of their fries to make them more friendly for delivery.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
So
did not. I
basically,
know
so
they
they're-
changed it recently.
So basically, the article is saying that it's so there'll be a better chance of still being crispy when they get delivered.
God, if
So
I'm
that is
interested
cool.
how that works because fries are the worst on delivery.
I know, right? But I think it's cool. We always talk about how it's changing the workforce, but now it's changing the model as well.
Yeah.
So the gig is really it's really changing everything.
I know we talked about a lot of those restaurants said it's cheaper for them to shut the lobby,
Right.
and run a smaller crew, and they save more money and just do drive-through.
So that's another thing I was thinking about as I read the article. I wonder how much the redesign of the kitchen means they needs less staff.
Yeah, I mean, make
Because-
it more was it ergonomic or not? No, that's
Well,
more for health reasons. But
Another thing that I've seen lately is the whole concept of adding robots in kitchens is an up and coming, and it's being used more and more. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking that they are probably doing something like that, because this is what we are dealing with right now in Grand Rapids, and I'm sure everywhere, is nobody have enough people to staff.
yeah, that's funny you bring up about the robots. Everyone wants more money, but be careful what you wish for, because if you get too greedy, they'll be like, you know what, we can get this robot.
I know.
Yeah, it's a 5-year investment. After 5 years, we'll be breaking even. You know what? I'm not paying you $20 an hour to work at Wendy's. I'm going to buy this robot. So there will come a tipping point.
And he won't complain.
He won't complain.
He doesn't get sick.
Nope.
He doesn't need a day off.
He doesn't bitch.
No, I know. It's like he just takes them fries out of the, and also, he doesn't get hurt. He doesn't have,
Well, my guess is those effing robots are going to break down
well,
every
yeah,
40 seconds.
But, there's no, what a workman's comp claims or anything.
They're not eating the food.
I know they're not eating the food. Right?
You don't have to offer the robot a 50% discount on their meal. I like Wendy's is doing this. I like when fast food places innovate. McDonald's really, yeah, they've innovated some of their food, but it's still kind of the same old shit. There's really nothing great about McDonald's.
Which one is your favorite restaurant chain? Like
Wendy's.
I mean,
number 10, Asago Ranch chicken sandwich, spicy chicken. It's got
Wendy's is by far my favorite.
I actually like the old fries better.
Oh yeah.
When they went to the bigger wedges that were sea salt or whatever.
Oh yeah, I like those. Yeah.
I want to eat the shit out of those
I
now.
I know.
Sucks. All right, moving on quick. At this DoorDash, about some tipping. It's about 1:42 on the time, and we'll talk about it.
I'm calling to tell the non-tippers to come pick up their orders.
Easy answer. No, refund me. Because tipping is not for the delivery service.
Let's talk about pre-tipping on DoorDash orders and why you're having such a bad time, man. See, I'm a pretty experienced DoorDash driver. I've got 1,600 lifetime deliveries, but this is the number I want to point to, my acceptance rate. This means out of every 10 orders that are offered to me, or 100 I suppose, I accept 24 of them. The base pay per delivery for us is about $2 to $4 in my market, so if there's no tip on it, then you're not making any money. If you want to say that delivering food isn't the hardest job on earth, then yeah, I'd agree with you, but it's also pretty easy to be good at, and I'm good at what I do. But if you really want to talk about where the skill comes in with DoorDash, it's knowing what orders to accept or not, and that's why my acceptance rate's so low. I will never accept an order like yours, because in 1,600 deliveries, I've never seen anybody that thinks this way add a tip after the fact, no matter how good you do. So I tell you all this because if you're having a bad time and you're not pre-tipping, the reason you're having a bad time is the people accepting your orders are people who don't know how to deliver food or navigate the DoorDash platform. No wonder everyone that's delivering your food seems to be bad at what they're doing. It's probably because they're new to it. The platform itself can make you make a lot of mistakes because it's really confusing at first. And let's talk about your food being cold because other people's orders are getting delivered ahead of yours. When no one's accepting your order, DoorDash will start putting them into doubles and triples, and then it'll disguise it with an order that's tipped really well. Now, personally, I'll go into that order and look, and if I see you didn't tip, I'll drop your order and make it a single order and just take the really juicy one. Some people don't know how to do that, but who do you think's order gets prioritized in that? It's probably the person that tipped, right? Yeah, tip your drivers. Or, here's a crazy thought. Have some personal responsibility and pick up your own damn food if it's so dang easy.
Oh,
I love
he
that
said
guy.
it well.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Exactly. In fact, his 24% I feel like is too high for him. It needs to even be lower. But yeah, no, he makes such a good point, and
Yep.
I do the same thing. You can prioritize those if you do pick up a group order. The best tipper can get the food first. They don't make you go
Right
where you want. So yeah, y'all got a pre-tip. I mean, you guys know this as drivers, but I just thought that was a really good short explanation. In a minute 42, if you don't know the platform, you're like, it's good for drivers and it's good for people that are ordering food. So
Right.
I thought that was interesting.
No, absolutely. It definitely is.
Let's skip the handcuffed one. And let's do this one more. The DoorDash for your is testing delivery of, and then we'll wrap it.
Okay, sounds good. So this is a pretty interesting new feature. We all have used the Facebook Marketplace, or now it's called the Meta Marketplace, right?
Is it?
Well, it's supposed to be Meta only. Anyways, who knows? But yeah, it's the Facebook Marketplace, and so in some markets they're now testing that you can do delivery using DoorDash. And so the idea is obviously that if you have a small item, you can now say, for a long time you could actually have them charge shipping on your behalf, and you have a label on all that stuff. But now you can choose DoorDash as a delivery agent, and somebody will come to your door, pick up the item, and then he'll drop them off at the other side of town for you or whatever. And then he gets paid, you get paid, whatever.
Yeah.
And all the money goes through Facebook. They say that it's only for items that can fit in your trunk. And we'll be interested to see how well that does. I mean, I think it's a great new way, I guess, of building the Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people will like the idea of not actually have to be face to face with the person you're buying something off, right?
Yeah.
Because I always the thing I hate the most is the people who come to my door, right? We've already arranged on a price, right?
Yeah.
They come to my door and they goes, "Would you take 40?"
No.
Well, it's like at that point, it's like,
I mean, I will only do that like if they find something on it.
Well, yeah,
and I'm like, you know what, you're right. That's fair. I'll knock it down to 40.
But I only have 40. Why did you only bring
because that's
we accepted on 42, right? That's the thing. It's like $2 to do it on, right? So like,
well, you shouldn't have set a price at 42 anyways.
It was a joke, right? But it's like it's such a little amount that they, well, we agreed on whatever it was, and I only brought 50. I was like, why did you only bring 50 when it's 54, right? I mean, whatever. It just bothers me.
Well, I like that they're adding that service because I'll have people. Recently, I had a flurry of stuff I sold, and I had a couple of things. People like, will you deliver it? And I'm like, I can't remember what it was. I basically it was like I was selling it for 25. I'm like, I'll deliver it for 50.
Right.
And sell it to you for 25. So, because I mean, gas is $3.75 a gallon, and she didn't go with it, but I can't remember what it was. But this might be a good for those people that don't have cars, because like it's not, not everyone has a car, and like they want to buy that. I love Facebook Marketplace. Like literally, I'm looking at American Seating movie theater seats. This guy's gonna, if you pick him up today or tomorrow, you can have him for free, and it's a 4-seat set, and I'm like. I get on this site.
Where would you put them?
I don't know, but it looks cool as hell. Like they're movie theater seats. They're 4 together. Like, I mean, I don't have a place to put them, but that would be cool. Like if you had an outdoor space, and
you could do like Gary V. You can sell them.
That's true. You could sell them.
Get them for free.
Well, what's funny, he listed these for $300 6 weeks ago, and now they're free. So I don't think anyone wanted them, but anyways, total side note.
That's true. But Facebook Marketplace is awesome. We just bought a instant cooker for like half price of what it was for new. It's like
might as
it's
well.
Awesome. Well,
guys, thanks so much for listening to the show. If you watch this live, can you do me a favor? Can you download the audio podcast? That's where most people listen, and it would help give us more internet points. I should have said at the beginning, but if you ever listen to the show live, just go ahead and your favorite podcast player and download the show. We will be back in 2 weeks. Again, don't forget about the picnic. What is 2 weeks? I'm going to look at the calendar. I know this is. Oh, so we'll be back the week of the picnic,
right,
on the 14th. So,
thanks, Larry.
Thank you, Larry.
So when you're in there downloading the podcast using your favorite podcast player, you can also listen to all the previous episodes.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of good stuff.
You can go to episode 1 when I was in a different room by myself on like a laptop mic. By the way, Larry, you're welcome to come up a couple days early if you want to be on the show that Wednesday night live in person. Just throwing it out there.
Just throwing it out there.
Anyways, guys, thank you
so much.
Guys.
Guys.
Have a good night.
Bye.